Hi, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year to all 76 of my subscribers. If you're not subscribing, please do. I'll be doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers because that's like my first big milestone. My channel is kind of all over the place. I'm trying to find my niche. It is what it is. Today's video is going to be like a January monthly reset where I'm going to go over my budget, my goals, books, and we'll discuss my vision board. So, before I begin, if you're thinking about watching my channel, some videos that I'll have this year is I will be buying a house. 100% I need to. It'll be that whole process. I'm going on a cruise in a couple months, so I'll record that and talk about different hacks and different things that I suggest when going on a cruise and just kind of fun, whatever. And then starting my garden at my new house. I want to have a farm stand, so it'll kind of document that as well. I think I want my channel to be more financial based or something that's really going to help people stay on track, I guess. I grew up in a very not wealthy family, and I'm very thankful for everything they gave me. Like, I'm not bashing on them at all, but like, I was accustomed to coming home and the power not being on, or go to turn the water on, you have no water, or the water you do have is cold. So I decided from a young age that that was not the life I wanted to live and that I wanted to have something better for myself and better for my future children and also better for my family members. So my big goals in life are to retire my dad and to put my nephew through college and help him with financial literacy, making sure that he never has to go through or experience the things that I had to go through as a child. So that's a little bit about me. Hopefully you guys stick around and hopefully you guys can find some inspiration through all of this, or it's just like a little key moment where we can just chit chat and go over our goals. So 2024 was a little bit of a different year for me. I did not feel like myself pretty much for a majority of it. The year started off really strong. It started off really good. I was doing really good with work. Got to fly in an F-15, which was like exciting for me because that's the jet that I've been working on for the past few years. It's going really well. And then on my birthday, I noticed my dog was feeling different. She couldn't jump on the couch like she normally could. She was high energy pit. She was super lazy, but like she returned for high energy. And I knew that I was going to end up having to put her down. And within a month, we did have to end up putting her down. She was my like emotional support dog. She helped me get over the passing of my mom, so she meant a lot to me. So that was really hard. I ended up spending a little over $10,000 just to try to keep her alive and try to help her with whatever I could. But our vets decided that there was nothing they could do. So that's kind of how the first quarter of my 2024 ended, was with the passing of my dog. Work then got super busy, super daunting, just was not enjoying it. Then I was getting so sad that I just did not keep up with my budget. I was not doing as well as I normally do financially. I didn't do bad. I'm not ending the year with debt, or I didn't end the year with debt, which is really good, and I'm really happy about that. But I didn't get to invest as much as I wanted to, or really like attention to my goals as much as I wanted to, because I was kind of lost. But 2025 is a new year, so we have new goals. And I am starting this year off with a no spend, which I did last year, and that honestly helped me out a lot. Because at the end of the year, everything I have left over does not stay in my checking. It doesn't stay really anywhere within reach except for my emergency fund, but everything else goes anywhere else because I don't know, in my mind, it's kind of isn't my money anymore, so I can't have it. So every year I'm starting over. I'm starting over at zero. Everything that's in the past is not something that I can touch. It's going to have to be something I can touch because I want to buy a house. But other than that, I don't look at it like it's my money. I don't look at it like I deserve to play with it, I guess. Whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. But at the end of December, I did go over all of the subscriptions I had. I got Rocket Money, and I thought that that was going to be kind of like not the best. I did not know I had an Adobe subscription. And I've had it since March. And I usually go through my finances, and I don't know how I didn't notice this, but canceled all the subscriptions I don't need. I do have their checkings account that I don't need. Well, checkings and savings account that I don't need, so I am going to close those and then just take the remainder of that money and probably put it towards like our cruise, whatever. Also, part of my no spend is to cancel all my subscriptions except for Spotify or except for things that I will need for YouTube. But what I do, so I'll get Amazon Prime whenever I feel like I'm going to be getting a lot of things, but I'll cancel it when I'm not using it because I don't see a point in paying like 17, I don't know how much it is. It's like $18 for a subscription that I don't really use. A lot of the times within like 3 months, they'll send me an email saying, hey, we miss you, come back, enjoy like 30 days free, and then I'll just use it then and I'll get everything I've been needing. I really have other subscriptions. There's not a lot of things I need. I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch more YouTube than anything. And yeah, the ads are annoying, but like it doesn't bother me enough to where I'm paying for premium. I don't know. I guess learning patience is like its own thing. That, and I kind of like seeing commercials sometimes because I miss the days when the commercials used to be funny. But whatever. Only replace things when I need to. My big downfall, or not really downfall, it's just like I like getting things before I run out. So like air fresheners or different cleaning supplies. Like I love cleaning supplies so bad. So I'll get like a bunch of Tide Pods, or I'll get a bunch of fragrances for the house before we need them or before we run out. Or I'll get random skincare products that I see online that I'm like, oh, I need this. And I end up with such a surplus that, and it's not even stuff that I can really like give away. So I need to stop doing that. Just when I need things, that's when I'll get stuff. Only go out to eat on special occasions. So this is different. This year is going to be a little different because my boyfriend is moving. So he has an assignment for a year, so I won't see him really. And if he wants to go out, like, we're going to go out. If we want to have a date night, have a date night. I'm sitting on my legs right now and it hurts so bad. I need to get like a little chair or something. But dog's crates behind me. Not doing my best right now. If he wants to go out, or if we're going to have a date night, I'll spend money to go eat. That's okay. I'm just saying that on my way home from work, I'm not going out to eat. I'm not just picking up whatever because I feel hungry. Like I have groceries at home. There's food at home. We're eating at home. So sticking to that. And then if I wouldn't buy it with cash, don't buy it. There's times where I'm like, I don't know, I'd rather swipe my card. And it's funny too, because like I pay my card off. So it's not like I don't notice it. It's just like I'll be like, oh, I don't want to put it on my debit card. I'll just put it on my credit card, and then I just keep sliding my credit card, and then I'm like, gosh, dang it, what have I done? But I'm not really buying anything. There's nothing I need. I will be going on a cruise in a couple months though, so I feel like I will end up wanting to buy stuff for this cruise. So we'll see. I'll set a budget. Do track my spending. So like for my budget, I don't have a lot of bills looking down because I have stuff right here. Write my budget out. I know like I'm thinking about getting a Excel doc, or I did want to do Notion because I feel like it's super convenient to have on my phone, and like I have an iPad too. So I feel like it's just so much easier because I don't know if you really use Excel on your phone or something. I'm not too sure. I have it on my computer and I've used it on my computer, but I just not too sure. But for my budget, I have my annual income, which is like 45,000. I need to see my W2. I want to see what I made, and I will be getting a raise this year. I don't think it's very much, but it is a raise nonetheless. My investment goal is I want to invest $5,000 more into my Robinhood. This has nothing to do with my Roth IRA that I want or my TSP. Those do not count. Those are its own thing. I don't really have a goal for that. I usually just put like a percentage of things into it. And if I want to get a Roth IRA and I want to max it out, which is really only $7,000, and that's really not much. But I digress. My other goal is for to put $5,000 in my nephew's savings. He has a mutual fund set up for him. I also have some Bitcoin and some other stocks set up for him. So I want to add $5,000 just into his mutual fund and then kind of see where we're at. And then I want another $5,000 in my emergency fund, just because with buying a house, I feel like I need a bigger emergency fund just in case anything happens. So that's what we're aiming towards. And then $5,000 into savings goal. I feel like I'm going to be taking a decent amount out of my savings probably to put towards this house. So I'm going to need to re-up it. $5,000 is minimum. That's minimum. But car, I have like $3,000 left on that, so I want to pay that off this year. My monthly income is $3,700. In subscriptions, I pay no more than $20. I pay money for the cloud, pay money for Spotify, and that's it. Car, I pay $400, and that includes insurance. So I pay that every month. I pay more if I feel like it. I really have to pay $335, but that extra little bit doesn't hurt. And I've been paying $700, but I want to wait until after I get this house to see like how much I can really spend comfortably. For my dog Dino, I pay $77 for his food every month. And then he's going to have his annual appointment, so that's going to be 170 at the very least, and probably a little bit more for his flea and tick and then his heartworm preventative. So I'm just saying, like, that's like ballpark, probably a little bit more than groceries. I'm only spending 200 this month, which is about $50 a week. I do use coupons and I do plan ahead. So I'll just make a grocery list and I'll go with a plan, and that tends to help a lot. And gas, spend no more than $200. I really don't even spend that. I spend maybe $40 a week. $40 is usually max that I spend on gas. So I just give myself a little extra room. And then for rent, I pay $750. And then I also pay $35 for my gym membership. So that's about 1,400. That's not bad. And then this month honestly, I guess that was last year, so it doesn't even count. So it still counts as no spend. But I bought flights for me and my boyfriend because we're flying into Florida for our cruise. So I spent 400 on tickets, and then yeah. So kind of places that my money's going. I don't see myself buying anything else. The only other thing that I want is a budget tracker. I saw one on someone's YouTube and I can't remember whose. So I got to go back and try to find it, but I found one and it has all of like your sinking funds, and it'll all funnel into your savings, and it all kind of it looks beautiful. So that's something that I want. But I do have other income, which is just selling my plasma or selling my blood, whatever. So that so far I've made 300 on that, and I've donated 4 times. So I don't really know how much I'm going to end up making. That's not something I've tracked because it also depends on my work schedule. Because you can donate like twice a week, but it depends on my work schedule. Yeah, so kind of my budget. Other things that I'm saving for, which is like fun things that I'm saving for, which is 5 grams of gold, which is about $460 to $500. I want to start collecting gold. I don't know what it is. I just think it'd be awesome and I think it'd be really fun. So that's something that I'm saving for. And then there's a Coach bag that I want that I'm also saving for, and that's about $295, but I will not be paying full price for literally anything. So that's there. And then I also want a Ultra Human ring. I want the gold one. And that one online says it's like $350. Again, not paying full price for anything. And maybe a Hatch alarm clock. But that bitch is expensive. So we'll see. But in total, minus the Hatch alarm clock, it's like a little over $1,100, which isn't bad for all of those things because I think they're all really cool. But those are my big ticket items that once I hit little goals, then I'll get them for myself. And then going on to my goals, I have 25 goals this year. That's kind of a lot. A lot of them are almost similar, but I set a lot of goals because I do get a lot of gratification from crossing them off when I do complete them. So my first goal is to buy a home. There's one home that I really, really like. I have one that's like a backup home because it's been on the market for like maybe a year, and I can see why it's on the market because it is an older home, but the inspections have been done, everything's done, and like that's my backup plan. But there's another house that I really like. It has really big windows and a lot of natural light, and that's what I'm aiming towards. But my second goal is to sell seedlings. So I want to do a farm stand, and I have a ton of seeds. I want to get more seeds and I'm trying to stop myself, but whatever. No spend, so I can't. But I want to sell like seedlings and different varieties, and they have at Lowe's, or I was thinking of asking one of the local like hardware stores if I can sell my seedlings there. Just a thought, but I do want to sell them like cheaper. I want them to be like $1 or $2, but some of them are so expensive. Anyways, and kind of with that, which is my third goal, is to sell propagations. So I do really like houseplants, and I sold a good amount of them this year, but I want to sell different propagations this year so that I can kind of encourage myself to buy more plants. No, it's not that great, but that's on my goal list. And then I also want to sell baked goods. I want to learn how to make sourdough. So before my mom passed, we were supposed to take a sourdough class and learn how to make sourdough together. And unfortunately, we didn't get that opportunity because I was working every day for 3 months and then my mom passed. So I really didn't have time off to go with her, was like the bigger issue. Um, but I do want to learn how to make that, and I do want to like sell little goods at my farm stand, which that's my fifth goal, is to have a farm stand. So whatever house I get, I want to have a little farm stand and I want to sell stuff out of it. 6 is to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. We're so close to 100. I 100% believe that I can hit 500 YouTube subscribers. And 7 is to hit 1,000. Mama's trying. Big goal, but I think I can do it. 8, to get my volunteer medal at work. I do volunteer a decent amount, and I am kind of close to creating a good package to get a volunteer medal. So that's what I'm working towards. 9 is to re-enlist. 10, pay off my car, which I only have like $3,000 left, which is not bad at all. So I will be paying that off this year. 11, raise credit score. This is difficult because I really only had credit for like the past 3 years. And one thing that it always says is that I haven't had credit for very long. It gives a negative impact, but I don't have bad credit at all. But I want it better. I want something really high. 12 is establish 2 side hustles, which I would kind of count plasma as being one because I can make like $700 a month, and I think that's a decent chunk of change. So, highly suggest it. And then if I have a farm stand, I would consider that another side hustle. And then if I start making money on YouTube, that's a third side hustle. So I'd really be winning. 13 is earn $5,000 on the side. So I want to make $5,000 just doing whatever. Probably any of my side hustles. I want to, well, all of them combined, maybe make an extra $5,000. And then 14, which I talked about, was invest 5,000. And then 15 is 5,000 in Jackson's. So we did kind of the financial goals. 16, read 20 books. I have a lot of paperback books and hardcover books, just physical copies of books that I have paid for and that I have not fully read. So this month I'm reading 2, which is Think and Grow Rich, which I've already started. And I do really enjoy this book. I think it's beautifully written, and I think there's some really good lines. And I'll be going over the books that I've read at the end of the month as well. And then The Obstacle is the Way. This is one of my favorite books. I read this last year, absolutely loved it. Obstacle is the Way and Ego is the Enemy. Highly suggest them. Life-changing books. But read 20 books. I think 24 would be sick because that's like 2 a month. But 20 books just to make it realistic, because I really didn't read that many. I think I read like 6 last year, which is not enough. 17, complete 4 classes. I'm halfway through my bachelor's right now, and I would like to, work towards it. I know I'm not going to graduate this year, and that's totally fine, but I do want to make an effort to progress. So that's that. 4 classes, not too bad. 18, complete training with Dino. Dino starts his training. We're just doing PetSmart training, which I did with my last dog, and that was actually super helpful. But we're starting that on the 12th, and then he'll finish that before we go on our cruise. So hopefully he does really well. He does great at home. It's just kind of public setting. That's when he really struggles. But complete training with Dino. 19, gym 5 times a week. I kind of fell out of love with the gym. Still working on getting back in there, but I do want to at least be there 5 times a week. I think that's what would make my gym membership worth it, because I do get a free gym membership, but I choose to go off base and pay $35. So I want to really utilize that. 20, eat at home 6 days a week. I went through a kick where I was just eating out and I felt not good. I felt unhealthy, slow, lethargic, you name it. And I can actually cook pretty well. So I want to make sure that I'm eating at least 6 days a week. 21, start scrapbooking. This was one of my goals last year and I did not do it. So I have all the scrapbooking stuff that I would need. I just need to start. I really just need pictures. And then I need to go crazy. 22, go to Korea. So that's where my boyfriend will be. And I want to visit him maybe New Year's next year, or New Year's at the end of this year. So we can have a New Year's kiss. Anyways, 23, go to California. I do want to visit my family and my nephew and hang out with some of my friends that I have back home. So that's on there because I didn't go to California at all this year. 24, foster a dog or a cat. I really want to foster a cat. I love cats. My boyfriend's allergic, but I would also love to foster a dog. I feel like I would just really fall in love with the dog. That's like my big issue. But I want to foster one or the other. And I'm really trying for that. 25 is get monetized on YouTube. I want to get monetized so bad. I think it'd be so fun. Those are all my goals for this year. I know that's kind of a lot, and I know it's kind of all over the place. I don't set SMART goals. I really don't care. As long as it gets done this year, it gets done. So it is what it is, and I don't think it needs to be super specific. The last thing that I'll be going over is my vision board. I actually have a vision board on my phone, and then I have one on my iPad as well. So the one that I'm making is the one for my iPad. So I'm just going to kind of go over what these mean. So, okay, so in the top corner, I have education. So the way that I do my vision boards is I kind of group together so that when I'm looking in specific areas, I'm seeing like exactly what I'm like manifesting and what I'm working towards, instead of everything kind of being everywhere. In the top corner, I have education because one of my goals is to complete 4 classes. So I did want to add that in there. And I think education also goes hand in hand with the books that I read, because the only books I read are self-help books and finance books. I believe education is power, or knowledge is power, however you want to word it. Around that is volunteer. So I volunteer with dogs, and that's what the dogs are actually there for. But I want to help more in the shelter. It's weird in my area, they don't really let you help in the shelter. So it's just different. I just do handling sometimes. But anyways, so I want to volunteer in different ways, and I am hoping to do like a dogs in the park kind of volunteer event. Just like do this whole thing where I'm getting different donations from different companies to help out the people in my area and help out all these dogs and all these shelters. So that's kind of what I'm aiming towards. Around that is like all of like financial goals. So I have like a really excellent credit score on there. I have investing going up because I want the markets to do better. Hopefully they do way better. And that's actually doing pretty good right now. I'm not sad about it. And then a box of money because I want that. I want to start saving cash. I have a little bit of it, but it's really just our vacation fund. And then I have all the travel stuff, so it's flights. I need to get my passport. There's a little cruise ship in the corner, and then Okinawa, and then Korea as well. So those are the places that I want to go to. Okinawa might not be this year, I'm imagining it nonetheless. And then below that is I wanted to do like a vision party next year at my own home. So I kind of put that there. And then Pilates, which I want to try Pilates. Or yoga. I'm not really sure which one. And then there's pottery next to it, and that's something I want to try. So below all of that is YouTube plaques, being a YouTube partner, don't be afraid to be seen trying, which I think is something that we can all kind of get behind. And then a nice little desk area. I feel like it'd be so good to have like my little place to record, because obviously I keep moving and there's a dog crate behind me and I'm not with it. That is not the aesthetic I'm going for. And then I want a flat stomach. I've always wanted that. Yeah, so that's what I'm working towards this year as well. And then that whole bottom corner is all the stuff that I want. So that cup that like that we're holding, she has the Ultra Human ring on, and that's all I really did it for. I don't even like coffee. Don't know why that's there. And then I like that Coach bag, but that's not really the one I'm going for. That one is more just like I want to elevate my style a little bit. House keys, obvious. And then that Coach bag is the one I want. And then the bar of gold, of course. Going up, the farm stand. I want a farm stand so bad, bro. I think it'd be so cute. And I want to sell like maybe like macaroons, just whatever I want. But I think those macaroons look so cute, so I do want to try to learn how to make those this year. And then going up, you can barely see it, but there's like it's a greenhouse and there's seedlings and stuff. So that's really just what I'm envisioning. This is what I want. This is the life I'm gonna have, and this is what 2025 is gonna hold for me. What does it hold for you? What are you doing this year? What are you doing to be more on track and to get to where you want to be? Okay, I'm gonna take a bath and edit this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the 76 of you that are subscribed right now. Hopefully we can get that number to 100 by the end of the month, because that is one of my goals. I do set monthly goals as well. I didn't go over my monthly goals, but I have them in my planner. This is the Happy Planner, and I love it. It's super expensive, to be honest, for a planner, but you can edit it and like adjust it to be however you want it to be, and that's what I really like. And I got it on sale, so it really wasn't that expensive for me. But I think originally when I went to Hobby Lobby, it was like $30, and I'm not spending that. But anyways, let me stop yapping. Have a good day, have a great life, and have the best 2025 known to man. Goodbye.